Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sonic Heroes on the Microsoft Xbox. I'm One Well Sheep yet again.
Here's your next mission. There are huge frogs in this jungle. Once they start to croak, it'll start to rain and you'll be spotted prison. Get through the jungle without being detected by the frogs.
And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. For this mission, we basically need to do a stealth mission. If a single frog sees us, if a single one of these goons notice that we are platforming through their environment, that is end of the mission. That is mission game over. Why is it mission game over? I honestly have no idea. There is no particular reason why. It just... you know, we just get ended on the mission if they catch us. So what I sort of recommend with this one, ladies and gentlemen, is to stay through the entire stage just as stealthed up SBO and changing out your formation only whenever absolutely necessary, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be too fussed about destroying enemies, don't be too fussed about doing stuff like that. All you really need to worry about with this one, folks, is just get to the end without getting caught, ladies and gentlemen. And you might think this ain't so bad a mission idea, because there's not that many frogs at all. Well, no, there aren't many frogs at all in this one, but they have improved the number of frogs in comparison to the other team's storyline, so you do need to be a bit careful, you do need to watch out, if you will. I still have absolutely no idea why getting captured, why getting caught by a frog will screw up your mission, though, because they usually make pathways when they see you and make it start raining, and it's usually the black frogs that kill everything in the environment when it rains from them, so... I don't know, I just find it really strange how this mission is to avoid the frogs when Act 2 seems more like the fitting choice for this type of mission. I have no idea. If anyone understands it, just let me know in the comments or something, because that's something that's always confused me. Why is Act 1 the act with the frogs that generally help you? The one where you need to avoid them, and why isn't Act 2 with the frogs that try to stop you? I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. What can I tells ya? What can I tells ya? Indeed. Yes. And if I do apologize if my voice sounds a little bit raspy. My voice actually went just after I got ill, so basically I had very little. I've been off the recording for yet another week, which you guys wouldn't have noticed because obviously I've been uploading pretty regularly because of my backlog I suddenly made after I got ill. But yeah, my voice went really raspy and I basically lost my voice for a week. So remnants of that may still be around. So every now and then you might hear a word or two struggle to come out of my mouth, if you will. So. Hopefully that doesn't last for too long. Hopefully that doesn't affect me too much. I mean, it's affected me for the past week. I haven't been able to record and it's been killing me. I wanted to record, but no. Cursed bloody illnesses. But anyway, the stage for Team Chaotix by year is a lot shorter in comparison to the stage in regards to the other storylines. I think it's only really rivaled with Team Rose's stage, so... that's pretty damn good. It's not a very long one, which I do appreciate. What can I tells ya? What can I tells ya? Indeed. Yes.
Here's your next mission. There are many Chaotix in this jungle. You must protect them from Eggman. Found and protect 10 Chao.
And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for yet another hunting mission. Much like the very first hunting mission where we had to try and find hermit crabs, now we need to go out of our way to find 10 different Chao, it's actually a really easy mission, and usually you can get 1 or 2 Chao bumbled up next to each other, which is a good one. But again, I just find it really weird the placement of the stage. Why is the Chao mission placed in Act 2? Why isn't it in Act 1? Why isn't Act 2 the Dodge the Frogs mission, It doesn't make sense to me, because I don't know, it confuses me. It honestly confuses me, that little choice of theirs. Maybe there's a reason behind it, like maybe the level design of this zone in general fits the Chao hunting a lot more. Which, honestly, I believe that the stage in this one really does seem more of a open-ended stage that's worthy of looking for these Chao. But generally, whenever you come across Chao, just keep an eye out, because usually the game likes to bundle up a couple of Chao into one spot. So, you know, if you just keep an eye out, just jump up, fly around, just look around as best you can whenever you see a Chao. And usually the characters themselves are usually pretty good about, you know, informing you if a Chao's nearby by going, "There's a Chao nearby!" Oh, Jesus Christ, my throat. Yeah, like I said, I lost my voice last week, and it's still recovering somewhat. But, yeah, basically, just keep an eye out. It's really not a difficult mission. It's one of the easier missions in the game. In fact, I would argue it's probably one of the... Nah, I don't know. It's easy. Let's just say that. It's an easy mission. As long as you keep an eye out, as long as you be sure to check out every nook and cranny whenever possible, you shouldn't have too much trouble. In fact, the only sort of Chaos I say would give you trouble are guys like this git by Herb that's hidden behind the plants, and the occasional Chao that tends to be on top of like these mushrooms and stuff that are the same color. Those ones can probably give you a bit of a... You know, it can probably give you a bit of trouble because they're a bit more camouflaged in the environment, shall we say, ladies and gentlemen, so... But with the exception of Chaos like that, you know, they're easy enough to find. Like I said, there's one below that. That one's kind of tricky because, again, camouflaged into the mushroom. If you're not paying attention, you will run straight past it. But, you know, if you are paying attention, if you're as good a gamer as me, you'll get through this no problem. What can I tell you? Also, sometimes as well, if you're good enough about maneuvering past a lot of the frogs, you can actually go past the frogs without setting off their rain. Which normally, I really don't think is a good idea, because usually whenever there's frogs around, and they usually have their rain going, usually the frogs with the rain that kills the flowers, they will drop fruit on all the badniks, and that will destroy the badniks. God knows what hell kind of weak material Dr. Eggman's made these things out of. But yeah, you know, if you see black frogs, sometimes you may want to go into them on purpose just to set off the rain to make sure that the bandits themselves get blown up. But you know, it's no big deal. It's a very easy mission, like I said. This one is a pretty simple one. What can I tells ya? What can I tells ya? Indeed. Yes.
Impossible feat. Ultimate ninja power.
I haven't actually got a comment for what he just said. I have no idea how anybody could have a comment to that. Ultimate ninja power. What kind of bloody victory line is that? Jesus Christ. Anyway, we've already seen this cutscene again, because obviously we've seen it as Team Rose, so I don't need to really talk too much about this, but hey, it's time for another team battle, and you know what that means. Exactly the same as the other team battles of the game. We basically need to kill the mooks. We need to throw them off the edge of the stage using usually our tornado power, you know, ladies and gentlemen. What can I tells ya? What can I tells ya? Indeed. Yes. Oh, we're not even after your Chao, you crazy person. Seriously, these fights could easily be gone past just by simple explanation, you know, talking things out. Don't people do that anymore? Talk? It's like,
but this is our duty.
Sorry, that kind of bugs me. It's just like they're fighting for no reason, and they could have just talked it out. Don't know why I'm complaining. This isn't exactly the most stellar series for writing.
Talk about a huge misunderstanding. Yeah, sure made fools out of ourselves.
Nothing new for you, Vector.
What? You were the first one to jump at the chance.
No time for arguing. Now's the time to be on guard. It's very mysterious around here. Here's your next mission. You'll need to find the keys to open the doors found inside the castle. Find 10 keys.
And now it's time for another Find the MacGuffin mission. You can kind of easily tell we're getting closer to the end of the game because they're really starting to get less original with the mission ideas here. But yeah, basically we need to go and find 10 different keys throughout the course of the stage. Once you collect the 10th key, bada bing, bada boom, the stage will be done and dusted. What can I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? And this set of stages, when it comes to Team Chaotix, this zone is one of the more tedious, one of the more annoying, and one of the more time-consuming zones to go through, especially Act 2. Act 1 isn't so bad, it's your typical fetch quest. But when you get to Act 2 of this zone, Jesus Christ, you're going to want to shoot yourself. At least if you're anything like me, you will. Oh, I did not like Act 2. Act 2 isn't all that great, I tell you that much. But yeah, one thing I want to talk about as well that I haven't actually spoke about before up until this point are those robots with searchlights. From time to time during the course of the game, you've probably seen it multiple times at this point, you're going to see robots, Eggman's bandits, that have searchlights right underneath them. If that searchlight catches you, they will spawn in more mooks. Usually, and I mean pretty much all the time, I'm able to destroy those bandits before the searchlight sees me, but you know, if you don't destroy them in time, if they see you first, you're going to have to deal with a wave of enemies that will spawn in, you know, ladies and gentlemen, which can be a little bit tricky, can be a little bit annoying, you know, ladies and gentlemen. But I digress. But yeah, the stage is largely about just exploring the walls, literally exploring the walls. You need to find each wall, break them if there's cracks in them. You know, just explore the world, just keep an eye out, rotate your camera constantly. You know, it's your typical search quest, you know, we've seen these before, we'll see these again, more than likely. And not only in this game, we've seen them in 1,000,001 games. It's, you know, it's a very typical game trope. What can I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? Hell, we had an entire third of Sonic Adventure 2 based around exploring and hunting for things, so, you know, it's the same general idea. Although I would honestly appreciate it if this game did have some sort of a key radar, kind of like Knuckles had in Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Adventure 1. I would like that. That would have made things a little bit less tedious, a little bit less annoying, in order to progress through, which is a bit of a missed opportunity in my professional opinion, but, you know, I wouldn't complain too much. Basically, a little radar at the bottom of the screen or something would make this stage a little bit easier to get through, a little bit more tolerable, you know, folks? And again, it's not like the stage is bad or this level type is bad, because it's still very easy to find the keys. But, you know, sometimes you don't want to be hunting for keys, sometimes you just want to get to the end. I mean, this is a Sonic the Hedgehog game, is it not? And rule number 1 of Sonic the Hedgehog games are go through each of the stages, get to the end of the stage, and fight the obligatory boss battles whenever they come up. That's basically the Sonic game motto. And this game does sort of get around that game motto a little bit, which is a bit of a shame. But, yeah, you also need to keep extra eyes out as well for each of the flowers littered throughout the world, so, yeah, just keep an eye out. Occasionally they'll send you to like arenas and stuff like this where you need to destroy the bandits and what have you in order to get keys and whatnot. So, yeah, basically just keep an eye out. I've said that like 1,000,000 times. I probably need a counter for that in this part, but that's the only sort of advice I can give you for these zones. You know, this is the only bit of advice that I can say, because the stage otherwise is largely what we've expected from the other storylines. It's largely similar. And don't get me wrong, I do like the fact that Team Chaotix do try to change things up, but, you know, honestly, if I was behind the development team of this game, I would just try to shake things up a little bit more than they have. Like, you know, the mission-based structure is fine and all, but how about some isolated levels based around collecting things based around these missions? You know, I would have preferred that a little bit, because then it would have made everything seem a bit more concise, I guess? Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know, basically it would have made things seem a little bit better designed if they designed all the stages completely differently to the rest of the storyline, you know, giving you even more reason to play the Team Chaotix missions. Because right now, as it is, it's basically the same old level design that we come to play through, only with some minor variations here and there, which, again, I'm not complaining about too much, because obviously, that was a stupid move of me. Because obviously the stage design itself is still really good, you know, the level design is top notch. I will never, ever, ever say otherwise. I think the level design is damn good, folks. But I still think they could have done a bit more here. Maybe they didn't have the budget, I guess, to I don't know, to make a full-blown extra campaign with different level designs. Maybe it's but for the sake of discussion, let's assume they were given the budget to do that. Why didn't they? You know, I just felt it would have made the game a stronger package as a whole. But you know, nothing against Team Chaotix. I do know, though, in the general consensus of this game is this is usually everyone's least favorite gameplay style to go through, and honestly, I kinda agree, but I kinda don't at the same time. Because Team Dark, while they're the more traditional Sonic gameplay style, which I obviously appreciate, I have a problem with Team Dark, and that's the length of the levels just go on for way too long, and they're just way too tedious to play through. Team Chaotix doesn't exactly have the same problem through and through. I mean, some levels are long, some levels are tedious, but the grand scheme of everything, Team Chaotix runs, you know, it's a lot more streamlined in comparison to Team Dark. So, honestly, I would say Team Chaotix is up there on my character ranking list above Team Dark. Honestly, if I were to rank each of the storylines, I would probably go Team Sonic, Team Rose, Team Chaotix, then Team Dark. Team Sonic because obviously it's the main game. It's a Sonic game, don't you know? Team Rose because it's basically Team Sonic, only with less of the fluff. Team Dark is last because obviously Team Dark is play. Then Team Chaotix third because it's not the best, but you know, they try something different, which I do appreciate, but I don't know, that's just me. That's just me in DDO. What can I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? Oh yeah, this game has multiplayer, by the way. I'm not going to cover that in this LP, just because I'm not going to nag my friends to come over, but trust me, this game has multiplayer.
Here's your next mission. You won't be able to escape from the mysterious castle as long as the red torches are burning. Extinguish all of the red torches.
And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Now the most tedious and frustrating and boring mission out of the entirety of Team Chaotix. Basically, we need to go through all of this castle. And we need to, you know, destroy and take out as many torches as we physically can. And basically, to do that, we need to use SBO, and we need to do our jump tornado attack in order to, you know, disignite. What's the word to that? Extinguish. There we go. Disignite. We need to extinguish the torches by using SBO's jump abilities, so you know, it's a little bit tricky, it's a little bit annoying to deal with, but the only problem with this sort of stage I have is that it is extremely time consuming, because there are 60 of these things, and when I say there are 60, I don't mean there's 65, I don't mean there's 70, I mean they are exactly 60 torches in a stage that you will have to go out of your way to destroy and extinguish. Jesus Christ, my words, my dictionary isn't failing me. So, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest, this I don't like. This is probably, you know what? Actually, yeah, I will go as far as to say this by here is the worst mission, the worst part of the entire game. I will go that far, because this is just boring, it is bland, I need to collect every single individual torch, which leaves little room for error. If I miss one torch during the course of this entire stage, I have to redo the stage from the beginning just to find the torch again. And that is not cool. I don't like that. That is bad level design. And that's the sort of kind of thing you're going to see in Shadow the Hedgehog a lot. And while I consider Shadow the Hedgehog to be a guilty pleasure of mine, I'm still going to be ranting and raving like hell in that game for this exact reason. I don't want to spend hours upon hours upon hours finding that one torch I may have missed, you know? This isn't a collectathon game. This is a go fast game. This is a go from point A to point B. I don't want to be collecting all these torches. I don't want to be doing this stuff. I just want to be doing what I expect out of Sonic the Hedgehog game, and that's where the stage really gets its weakness from. It's just... if I were to say, it's probably just, it's too much of faffing about. There's too much meandering about looking for these things, and honestly, I would just prefer a traditional go from point A to point B. You know, I would prefer anything other than what they give us with this mission. It's just too tedious. And you might be asking, why am I complaining? I seem to be making pretty fine progress. I'm already at 18 of these torches. Oh yeah, so far I'm making good progress. But there is a reason why this part is 29 minutes long, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the reason, this zone is the reason this part is so goddamn long. I do not like this zone. This zone can go and suck an egg. Quite literally can go suck an egg. I do not like it. It is not fun in the slightest, and just no, you know? The thing is, though, this mission isn't even at its worst, because during the course of the game as well, there are extra challenges that, if you know what you're doing, you will be able to easily go out of your way to do through the trial menu. And one of the extra challenges that you are able to accomplish is actually the trial mission of, basically it's a trial mission of this stage, which gives you not only basically, you don't only need to take out these red torches, you need to destroy every blue torch in the stage as well. So you will need to find yourself go from point A to point B, destroying and extinguishing every little flame in the entire stage. And that's not fun. I mean, I don't have to do that right now, thank God, but that extra mission doubles the issues with this mission, and it's just not cool. You know, I'm never gonna go out of my way to do that, because that's not fun. It's just flat out not fun. I'm not showing it off. I'm not doing it. No. That's beside the point as well, because yeah, I do wander around for some minutes, and this was actually my fault. This wasn't the game's fault. I just wasn't paying too much attention. So what you want to do is go to this one point by here and extinguish the flames so you can activate the switch, and you'll be able to find where to go next. So there's that. But one thing this game does sort of offer as well, which I do kind of like, is the fact that if you get all A ranks in the entire game, all the way through, you will actually get a super hard difficulty mode, which allows you to play through all the game as Team Sonic, only everything will be much, much, much harder. Much harder than Team Dark's playthrough as well. And I do believe I think you only have limited lives with that. I'm not entirely sure. But, yeah, there's a super hard mode you get if you complete everything with an A rank, which, again, that includes the trial missions, which includes the secondary mission of this stage, which basically means I'm not doing it. I don't care. I'm not doing it. It's too much work. I've got better things to do with my time. You know, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I got reviews to write. I got Let's Plays to record. I got sheepish look-ats to ramble on about. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't got the time to stick to just one game. But I digress. Basically, I'm not going to show off the super hard game mode. It's just not worth the time to even unlock for me. And honestly, it's what you'd expect. It's literally just a hard difficulty mode, and I got nothing really to say about it. I will literally have no commentary. Unless, of course, I did things live with that one, then maybe I could be able to get quite a bit of reactionary stuff going, but no, I'm good. I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I'm good indeed-o. But, yeah, the stage is pretty much the same mode as you come to expect. Although, I do love the snazzy floor tiles there. They look pretty damn rad. I mean, Batman will be proud of this, because look at all the bats on the floor. It's like something I imagine Bruce Wayne using to decorate his Batcave with. I don't know.
Ready anytime.
But yeah, the stage itself is, Sorry, I've literally run out of things to say. There's only so much rambling you can do with these LPs. I do believe we're getting closer and closer and closer to the end of the stage now, ladies and gentlemen, which is a good thing. And one sort of thing I do actually recommend in order to actually speed up the length of time that you, basically speed up your progress through the stages, try to go in between a couple of the poles that are on fire when you're using SPO to use ability, because then you can, if you're good enough, you can sort of clip both poles using your wind, which should be able to speed things up a slight bit. Not much, but a slight bit. And as you know, every little helps. Every single little bit of speed up is what you can get. Because, yeah, look at the stage timer. I'm on here for 11 minutes. And don't get me wrong, it is pretty much my fault why we're in the stage for so long, because obviously I ran around for about 4 or so minutes earlier on, lost, but you know, this would still be a lengthy level. It'd still be around 6 to 8 minutes long, even if I didn't spend a lot of my time just sort of wandering around aimlessly, you know, ladies and gentlemen. It's just, I just don't like this one. This is just one of the weaker stages in the game, and honestly, the game would have been better without it, in my professional opinion.
Should we grind on it to cross over?
Although I will be perfectly honest, I do love this room. This room by here with the giant spider web is actually a very interesting room where you need to be smart about your grinding in order to go from point A to point B. Well, I say you need to be smart about your grinding. You don't. You don't need to go smart at all, because what I just sort of recommend is go to your flight character and jump whenever an intersection comes up, because whenever you're grinding you will automatically attach yourself to an intersection. So just jump around the intersections in flight formation, you should get through this room no problem. But I don't know, I like this room, you know, it's a pretty neat little set piece, it's a pretty neat area, and yep, you got no complaints from me, I like it. The only complaint I have is again with those damn torches, which I think you're sick and tired of hearing about by now, more than likely. Anyway, as you can tell, there's a switch right covered by a load of lasers. What I sort of recommend by here is use SPO. That's not SPO. What am I doing? Use SPO to go invisible in order to go through each of these lasers so you don't take damage. And there we go. There we go, indeed-o. You know, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, this, like I said, rubbish stage, terrible, not the best in the world. And it's not even badly designed. That's the worst thing about it. It's purely bad because of the mission. It's purely bad because of what we have to do. The design around the stage is perfectly fine. That's the strange thing about it. But I digress. We got the last couple of torches here to fill out, and we should be done and dusted. And like I said, you do need to capture all these torches, because otherwise the exit of the stage will flat out not show up. You need these torches, otherwise the exit of the level aren't going to show up at all. And, well, you're going to be pretty much shit out of luck, aren't you, ladies and gentlemen? So, yeah, just be sure to keep an eye out. That's the only thing you can really do. And of course, the usual thing applies when it comes to the big bad guys with the helmets on their heads. Just wait for them to show up and use your Team Blast to destroy them, because Team Blast is the quickest way to destroy them. And this, I don't know, I still love the Team Blast for Team Chaotix. It's a pretty damn rad one, I'll tell you that much. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is it for this stage. We do have a little bit more to show off, because if you recall correctly, we have another boss fight to show off. And I'm going to actually show you exactly why the Team Blast for Team Chaotix is phenomenal in this boss fight. So, buckle down, kiddos, and get your mind ready to be blown.
There you are, you mustache moron! He's the one, right?
Mustache moron! I'm the world's greatest... Take him out, quickly.
This is gonna cost you extra. Get them!
Come on!
Oh, Jesus H. Christ, look at all those rings. Yeah, that is the true power of the Team Blast. And I love how Eggman sort of gave away his game there without even really thinking. Good job, Eggman. And I'm shocked that Team Chaotix didn't even pick up on his radio chatter then. They're meant to be detectives. Are they less terrible at their job? But But I digress. With that, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this part. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish, people. And I'll catch you all next time. Bye!